But I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. As a volunteer, you deliver a hot, nutritious meal and a friendly hello to someone just like your mother, grandfather, or next door neighbor. These seniors are inspiring people with incredible stories to share, and they love to see you. The smiles you get back are priceless. Delivering with Meals on Wheels is easy, and you don't have to drive like me for it to be quick. You can volunteer your lunch break once a week or just once a month. With 1 in 6 seniors facing hunger and many more living in isolation, your lunch break can make a real difference. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Okay, Simon, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. And what do people normally wear?
Clothes.
Exactly. So now Mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Clothes keep us warm, they look good, and if we go out without them, the neighbors will talk. So it's important to know how to get dressed. Here's how it's done. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. If you're wearing a tie, it goes over, round, through, and pull tight. Tuck your shirt into your pants and zip up your fly. Socks going first, then shoes right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops. The rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears.
I love bunnies.
Good to know. Now remember, spots don't go with stripes, socks don't go with sandals, and if you've tucked in your shirt, wear a belt. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
So you see, son, good manners are very, very important. Someday, many years from now, when you're a grown-up, you'll be a man. And when you are, you should be a gentleman. Do you want me to go through it one more time?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If a door's shut, then knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't speak with your mouth full, don't reach across people's plates, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. While we're at it, don't stare, don't use foul language, don't call people names, but do remember people's names. Always share your toys, play nice, and cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give up your seat to anyone who has trouble standing bottom line. Treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
Hey, there he is. How's it going?
I'm having a stroke.
Are you going to shake my hand or what?
I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke.
Are you okay?
I'm having a stroke.
Your face looks weird too.
I'm having a stroke.
Are you having a seizure or something?
I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear.
I'm having a stroke.
You just need to know the sudden signs. Look for FAST, F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. Or S, speech difficulty. Then T, time. Time to call 911 immediately, because the sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Know the sudden signs. Face, arm, speech, time. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Do current market conditions have you nervous? Our experienced team of financial professionals at Heritage Harbor Financial Associates understands that no two investors are alike. We all have different goals, needs, and appetites for risk. That's why the one-size-fits-all approach does not work, especially when planning for retirement. At Heritage Harbor Financial Associates, we analyze your unique investment style so that you can work toward your individual retirement goals on your terms. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates can help you take steps to reach your retirement goals by providing a wide array of financial products to fit your needs, even for the risk adverse. Give us a call at 631-331-6599 to learn more or to set up an appointment with one of our financial professionals. You can also find us on the web at hhfa.org or on Facebook at facebook.com/hhfa.org. Our number again is 631-331-6599. That's 631-331-6599. Investments in stocks, bonds, and mutual funds and variable annuities are not FDIC insured and are subject to fluctuation in value, market market risk, including loss of principal. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates offers securities through AXA Advisors, LLC, New York, New York. Member FINRA, SIPC. Annuity and insurance products offered through AXA Network, LLC.
Be fearless at MMA Long Island and Seituha Karate. Located at 28 Cold Court in Ronkonkoma, MMA Long Island is the martial arts school for you if you want to learn combat-proven techniques, build confidence, discipline, and self-esteem while learning real martial arts to fight back against bullies, predators, and peer pressure. MMA Long Island offers group and private lessons for all ages and levels in traditional Goju-Ryu karate, MMA, and self-defense. MMA Long Island is one of Long Island's most affordable martial arts schools. There are no promotion, belt, or membership fees, and family discounts are available. All classes are taught by 7th degree black belt Sensei John Benedict with over 30 years teaching experience. So whether you want to get in the ring or protect yourself and your family, MMA Long Island can help you reach your goals. Visit MMALongIsland.com. That's MMALongIsland.com or call or text 516-381-9660. That's 516-381-9660.
Edward Lehman has been a trusted insurance advisor for over 16 years with insurance solutions for auto, home, commercial, life, and retirement. He's located at 54 Sunnyside Boulevard, Suite H in Plainview. That's just 1,000 feet south of 495. Local agent, local advice. The time to think about insurance is before you need it. So do yourself a favor and before you pay your next insurance bill, give Ed and his team a call, 516-935-3900, or visit him online at www.allstate.com/EL. Edward H. Lehman Insurance is your trusted insurance advisor.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Cause that's the bottom line. The Stone Cold Simpson. Everybody dies.
Because I'm better than you, and you know it.
Woo!
Yes, man!
What the Rock is cooking.
Now, welcome to Off the Mat with Alex Lowe's, Josh Silverberg, and Lyle Gillen.
Hey, there he is. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. This is Off the Mat, the only wrestling talk show right here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network, joining you every Tuesday night from 8 to 10 p.m. right here on WWSRN. Jam-packed show we have for you tonight. It's crazy, all the information and news that we have out there for you. I'm going to introduce you, of course, to all of my wonderful, wonderful co-hosts. First off, the man in Florida, Mr. Alex Lowe's. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, Josh. It's been a fantastic week. Can't wait to get into the show tonight. We got a lot to talk about. CM Punk, Daniel Bryan. We got AEW, NXT, GCW, Homecoming. So stick with us the whole way through.
Oh, the GCW stuff was awesome. Lyle and I,
That was great.
It was great stuff. And, of course,
yeah, it was awesome.
I bring my friend, of course, Mr. Lyle Gillen. How are you doing, sir?
I am doing wonderful. Also, speaking of the having lots of breaking news, the guy who runs Bodyslam.net just tweeted that he has another exclusive coming out. His name is Cassidy Haynes. He's very good. He's actually going to be coming on the show in a few weeks. August 17th is the date right now. It could change, but that's going to be a great conversation. So definitely tune in. He also broke the Daniel Bryan story about him signing with AEW, so it's going to be a very good interview in a few weeks.
I absolutely love it. That's awesome, and that's going to be awesome to have him on the show for sure. Before we get to all of our information tonight, we have to tell you so much information. That's how you can listen to our show every single Tuesday, and of course, if you miss a show, when else you can listen to it, and that's by downloading our app. So what do? If you have an iPhone, you go to the Apple Store, you type in WWSRN. If you have an Android, you go to the Google Play Store, you type in Worldwide Sports, you click install. The whole thing is free, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. It's very simple. You get our show schedule, all of our wonderful articles that Alex and Lyle wrote this week as well, all of the other articles to you, all the other shows that are out there, Sports Loudmouths, Weapons Hot, The Ryan Hickey Show, all these different shows and platforms. And we also have a new show that's going to be debuting right after us, the William Myers Show Uncensored. So we're looking forward to that as well. All these different platforms and everything like that are right there at the tip of your fingers. It's very simple. You can also check us out on worldwidesportsradio.com. Check out our wonderful, awesome, amazing website that we have right there for you guys too. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope, you name it, we are on it. All right, so before we get to the show tonight and before we get to all the information, I don't want to hold you guys up very long. Basically, I'm gonna dive into everything that's going on this week. It's been a very interesting week. Pretty much on Twitter on Monday. For those that don't know, I have announced that I will be leaving the Sports Loudmouths and the Weekend Crunch. And I want to reiterate this very much again. I really do. It's nothing to do with my partners, Errol and Speedy. Actually, I love the two of them very much, and I'm going to miss working with them. I'm still going to work with them behind the scenes. And Speedy knows, I spoke to him before the show. I've been reaching out with Errol. I know he's there, if he's there listening right now. I want, doing this, I think 4 days a week, coming home from work and then going right into this afterwards. I think it made it very tough on me mentally to really, try to stay 110% with this. I want to spend more time as much as possible with my wife, with our soon-to-be, our beautiful, wonderful baby that's going to be due in December. I want to prepare for him or her. And I feel like that there's already stuff we've been getting together, and I feel like I haven't really fully been there as much as I want to be, as much as I should be. My wife did an entire registry the other day, and I wasn't even there to do it with her, and I was, very upset, and that's nobody's fault. It's not. When you're 100, you have to be, and I don't want to speak for you guys. I don't want to speak for Speedy or Arrow, but you have to be 110% dedicated and committed to if you're going to take all this on. And if you feel you're not there mentally, you're not there physically, you can't be there, because what you're doing is you're not giving it your all. And I think this is the time for me to now step away from the Sports Loudmouths and the Weekend Crunch. And I told Errol this, and I told Speedy this, and you guys heard it when I told Speedy this. When their show becomes ginormous, I will be the first one to give them both hugs, shake their hands, and say, congratulations, you guys kicked ass. I cannot be happier for how the two of them are going to do with this show. I think it's going to continue to be very successful. I really do. I want to thank Errol for bringing me on, and Speedy too for bringing me on, for believing in me, for really giving me this opportunity to really have this platform to be with them, to do this for the time that we did. I'm going to miss the craziness, that's for sure. We had great conversations. We had some really funny moments. But the thing is, I trust those guys so much that I know that show is going to continue to be successful. And I will tune in, and I've told Speedy this, and if Errol's listening, I tell him this too. If they ever need somebody to fill in on a night, I will be there. That is not a problem. I will certainly be there to help them out, to fill in on a segment, to help them fill in on an episode. But I think right now, my head is just not fully invested in it right now, and it needs to be doing this. So that is why I am stepping away from that. I am not, however, leaving off the map. I am not leaving the Worldwide Sports Radio Network at all. I am staying on. I will be on behind the scenes. I will still be I will still be doing the show every Tuesday night from 8 to 10 with Lyle and Alex. That is never going to change. This is the show that Alex and I started, and we brought Lyle on, and it's really added an element to the show that we were missing, I felt. Alex, I don't know if you agree or not.
No, absolutely. I agree with you 110%.
And Speedy, of course, helping produce it, has taken a lot as well. And I'm so glad I get to see Speedy every Tuesday. I love that kid so much. I really do. I have so much respect for him. And I have so much respect for you too. And I want to see this through. So this is goodbye for the Weekend Crunch on the Sports Loudmouths, but it's not goodbye for this. I will still be on every Tuesday night from 8 to 10 p.m. But I wish Errol and Speedy luck with the Weekend Crunch and the Sports Loudmouths, and I'm sure they'll have a statement tomorrow when the show begins. Like I said, I love those guys, and I appreciate everything they've done for me. So I want to thank them very, very, very much for everything that they really did for me during that time. Right now, it's just a time for me, I think, to take a step back and really just take other things in right now that are on my plate. So, having said that, I'm only here now 8 to 10, so I gotta bring it right every Tuesday night now. Like, this is the thing. Like, this is like how it works. Like,
absolutely,
you can't just like savor the energy at this point. You gotta like
no.
I don't know what Lyle's looking at. What are you looking for? Like a
I have a shadow across my face, and
I know you do. Funny, I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's from my green screen.
It's either from your green screen or from your mic. That's like
it could be from this.
I mean,
right
your
here.
mic is literally like. I bet you if you move the mic down, well, that's not going to do it.
No, I'm looking at that.
I mean,
there we go.
I mean, that might be doing us all a favor, but that's not doing you any favors. But no, but I love you, both of you, and
you're right.
I'm glad to still be doing this. That's for sure. I go fly a kite. I'm glad to still be doing this with you guys. And like I said, it was a very tough decision. My wife and I sat down, we discussed it, and I think it's just best for me right now. But that's the important thing, I think. But let's get into it, guys. I mean, there's just so.
Oh yeah, there's.
I mean, forget what I just said.
There's so much speculation and news out there.
There's so much news and speculation and information, and what do we believe? What do we not believe? What is happening? Do we really get into it? But we're gonna get into it, and if we go over the time, it is what it is because it's such important information, and that's the elephant in the room, right? That's Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, both
Chicago's favorite son.
That's right. That's right. Both possibly, well, not even possibly. CM Punk is. Daniel Bryan is a guarantee.
I wouldn't say guarantee yet, not until he shows up.
I mean, look at it this way. If everybody, if I will say this, if Raj Giri, who I have a tremendous amount of respect for, if he's saying that it's happening, there's two guys I very much trust in this industry. That's Raj Giri and that's John Alba. Dave Meltzer.
Actually, I spoke to John on the phone last night, and he told me it's up in the air right now with CM Punk is what.
No, really.
Yeah, he doesn't know for sure, or like if we just have to wait and see if he shows up in Chicago.
That's what it really comes down to, right? So it's like, and I reached out to Raj on DM, and he said to me, "Bryan is done. It's happening." Like I said, there's two guys I believe in this industry. That's Raj Giri, that's John Alba, and if you want to put Dave Meltzer in that close category, you can to a certain extent.
Depends on
Exactly. That's why Gary and Alba are the two guys I really trust the most. And if Raj Giri is saying that Daniel Bryan is happening,
Sean Ross Sapp is probably the most reliable.
He's another good one too. I respect Sean.
He's the most reliable out of anybody. He's like, if you had to compare him to anybody in regular sports, he's the equivalent of Wash.
So that's the thing, right? Like the Punk one, he said nothing is there yet. The Bryan one, I believe he said is done. They already have plans in the works on what they're going to do. They want to make his debut at Grand Slam.
I have heard with CM Punk, they haven't. I know AEW execs behind the scenes know that they have CM Punk. They just don't want to say anything publicly until it happens.
Of course not. They want to keep it under the rug like they did with Sting.
Absolutely.
Well, okay. Body Slam reported that they are currently trying to decide if he is debuting at the week before the week before on Dynamite, or if he's debuting at Chicago regarding CM Punk.
Okay.
but I believe Body Slam that they are good. They made the report about Daniel Bryan, and they made another report about CM Punk too, I believe. And Sean Ross, he went out there and he they didn't confirm it, but Fightful reported it based off of them, which they wouldn't do if they didn't trust.
Exactly.
If they didn't trust him, he did say that Sean Ross did say that Body Slam does definitely have sources. So I also do trust them from that. But yeah, I think that CM Punk is definitely coming. That's just my gut feeling. I'm not confirming, I'm not reporting, but that's my gut feeling.
Same
And
with
obviously through the years with CM Punk, you have to be
It's
very
been an
cool.
up and down roller coaster. It's been on and off. CM Punk has basically squashed rumors in the past, but this time he hasn't. This time he hasn't really said anything. He's
kind of added to the trolling, has he not?
Yeah.
Like he did the whole Chicago Bulls entrance thing. It came out. Like he's kind of added to the whole trolling sequence of, yeah, I'm gonna go along with this. I'm gonna really see. We'll get the Punk back in a second. The Daniel Bryan one is, everybody has said, from what like I said, Raj Gary has said it. Everybody said it's done. It's done. It's done. They want to debut him likely at Grand Slam. You know what I'm saying? Don't do what again? Oh, okay. Are you talking to me? Okay. Anyway, so like they want to, like, that's what they're thinking with in regards to Daniel Bryan, that they're trying to figure out plans for him. And my question to you two is, when you think about it, in regards to a superstar, who do you think? Do you think this helps the locker room or does it hurt the locker room? Because I've heard very, very mixed answers. I've heard on Busted Open, people have said that this could hurt the locker room because guys like Adam Page and other guys, Jungle Boy, are going to get thrown to the back for guys like Punk and Bryan that are coming in. And some say that this could help the locker room because it could bring up the morale, I guess, as they say. So what do you
I think I don't see at all how it could hurt the locker room. Now, Hangman is 100% beating Omega. That's not changing. I think what it will help. I think it'll help a lot more. The only thing I could see it hurting is it might delay when Jungle Boy or Darby Allin go to the main event scene, but that's okay. I don't think you want to rush them too quickly up there. But I think over in the long time, and it'll work very well. You'll get more eyes on the product, which is why they're bringing them in. The 2 stars, if they're available, you want to get in there 100%.
Alex, what are your thoughts on it?
So my thoughts on it are basically there's concern. A WWE veteran feels that AEW is unsafe for Daniel Bryan. This veteran feels that Daniel Bryan could get hurt because with the amount of stuff that people are doing in AEW, the amount of flips and action they are doing in the ring, I think someone is in WWE, I'm not sure who, is worried about how Daniel Bryan goes about it, how he performs in the ring. But I think he'll do fine. I think he'll pull through.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think that's just crazy talk. Who said that?
Let me find Russo.
Vince Russo?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. That is probably the worst person to ever take advice on anything with the.
No, it's Dr. Chris Featherstone.
I don't know who that is.
It's
it just some random
someone within WWE is like the one of the doctors.
Okay, I don't take that. So pretty much, he's trying to go out there and slander this because they're doing something good.
Mm-hmm. I agree. They are doing.
That's what that looks like.
Yeah, I 100%. I really think that Daniel Bryan is going to do just fine going over to AEW, it opens up a lot of doors. You could go any route with this in a storyline, but the one thing I worry about is possibly cutting into the storylines we have now, like MJF and the Omega Hangman.
I guess you talk about, Alex, that guys really, when they're coming, like in the middle of a storyline, you're thinking that they're going to take some of the steam away.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to take some of that energy away.
Listen, I look at it this way. I think this can only help the locker room morale, right? And what it does is it's going to add more challengers to, I guess, Kenny Omegas or whoever, and, everything like that. So to me, when I look at the situation, I think of how, like I'm trying to think of the words for it. When I see how when you add too much to the locker room, I guess it's too many cooks in the kitchen, they could say, and that can happen when there's so much of an overflow in the locker room. But I think when you have an opportunity to sign a CM Punk and a Daniel Bryan, I think it adds a lot to. I guess
there's endless possibilities of that. There's endless possibilities.
Oh, you could do a billion things with how the roster is made out and fixed. And I think what you'll start seeing is guys like Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss and Kip Sabian and those, and Peter Avalon and those guys are going to get moved to the back or released.
Well, if you think back, contracts were probably signed for 2 years at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So we're at that 2-year mark. I don't believe that Peter Avalon, Joey Janela, Sonny Kiss, those guys you never see are going to still be on the show. I think they will allow their contract to expire. Then if you look at the guys they're bringing in, you look at Andrade, Malachi Black, rumored to be Bryan and Punk, potentially Ruby Riott. It's a big difference in talent. And with them having Rampage, it allows them to have that talent still there because they have that extra hour.
Mm-hmm. And then they have that overflow of talent. So AEW can do anything with that. They could split up that talent, have some talent on Rampage, have some on Dark, and have some on Elevation as well.
I look at this when you have 2 shows going on plus pay-per-views every now and then. With the way that it's set up, like you're trying to make the shows. Here's the thing: you're trying to avoid like a WCW problem, right? Like you want Rampage to be still a fun show that the wrestlers can be on and go to. Like that's what with WCW Thunder, it was a crappy show. Nobody wanted to do Thunder. That was like the whole mantra and the whole big thing. Everybody said it was garbage. That was the B show. Nobody wanted to be there. It was unmotivated to do so. Like you only saw Sting on it, I think, once or twice. Kevin Nash was on it like once. Guys would miss it left and right. You still want to make the wrestlers that are on your roster going forward enjoy no matter what show they're on. Like if you're on Dark, I don't watch Dark. I don't know if you guys do. Like Dark to me is
Sometimes.
It's like it depends on what it is. Like I don't watch it at all. Because I'm already watching like NXT. I'm watching AEW. I'm watching NWA's on Fight TV. I watch that sometimes. Impact I watch on Twitch. Oh, I did. I haven't watched in the last few weeks. There was a lot going on, and to me, like, it's just so much wrestling. I think adding Rampage though is a good idea, and I think also switching over to TBS was a brilliant idea by AEW. But to me, I feel like when you add and this is the thing that annoys me is everybody is saying, oh, they're just adding WWE wrestlers. They're just adding WWE. Well, yes, technically they are adding WWE wrestlers, but they're adding WWE wrestlers that are uber talented, like an Andrade, a Malachi Black, a Miro, a Daniel Bryan, a CM Punk, a Christian Cage. Like, okay, you want to throw at them, you want to mock them for like a Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy was hot at the time. Like, that's why they signed Matt Hardy. Okay, is he hot anymore? No, not really. He's not, but they added him because he was
crowds he would be.
Exactly. If he had the live crowd and he was the lead character, everything like that, it would have made it just a better thing. But it didn't work out that way. But when you have a chance to get some of these wrestlers, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you can really get them to where their talent needs to go and flow. That's something that WWE just wasn't doing with some of these people. You know, so.
And I think when you bring in people like CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, it gives the locker room an opportunity. Like Kip Sabian and Sonny Kiss, the younger guys can learn from these people and really watch them and grow from how they see them perform in the ring and how they are backstage behind the scene.
No, I agree with you. And it's almost like it's kind of interesting, right, Alex and Lyle too. So we saw Kip Sabian, right? Like, Kip Sabian was on the AEW roster when it first originated, and then in comes Miro, and it's like everybody's already like, Miro doesn't need to be with Kip Sabian. Like, this is below him, you know. Like, he's so much better than this storyline, and with
it worked out.
It worked out for Miro. It didn't work out for Kip Sabian. I mean, he's hurt anyway. He's hurt, but he really wasn't anything special anyway.
I think him getting hurt is the reason why we see Miro now. I think that if he didn't get hurt, they would have stayed with that rivalry for a little bit. And I hate to do this, but thank you, Kip, I guess.
We're not wishing
in the most
people
polite way possible. I don't want you hurt, but
people. Just want to let you all know that. That's a disclaimer. We are absolutely not wishing anybody hurt. None of that. Okay, it's just
Carl's correct. It doesn't matter if the storyline sucks.
Like, Lyle and I had a back and forth about this for months. Like, Lyle and I always kept telling you, we both kept agreeing with each other, saying that Miro is so much better than this storyline, so much better than this whole thing with Kip Sabian. He needs to disband from him, go on his own, let him do his thing. And it's worked out really, really, really well for him. So, really quick, before we go to break in a few minutes, we'll end it with this. Give me a thought. First rivalry with Daniel Bryan. First rivalry with CM Punk. Alex, I'll start with you first.
So, for CM Punk, I would say to go with possibly MJF. Put CM Punk with MJF. And you could have some back and forth banter in a promo because they both almost have the same energy, and they could really get the crowd into it, get people fired up, and really tuning into the show each and every week. Because when you have somebody like CM Punk, who's the voice of the voiceless, it adds so much potential when you throw MJF in the mix.
And then for Daniel Bryan, who's your first rivalry with Bryan?
So for Daniel Bryan, I would say put him against Brian Cage. That would be a stellar match. I think it would be a great start out match for Daniel Bryan, because in the past we've seen him face people like Batista, Triple H, Randy Orton. He's had some top-notch 5-star matches, and he's competed in very difficult matches. So starting out in a match like that will put him off to a great start if he can beat Brian Cage in a one-on-one singles match.
All right, Lyle, first for you, CM Punk first rivalry, Daniel Bryan first rivalry.
For Punk, I'm going to go with the continue with AEW. How they are a big fan of doing the heel face. They don't like doing face. So I'm going to go with Punk and MJF and James McGrady. I agree with what he's saying about Brian Cage in our chat. And for Daniel Bryan, I'm going with Pac.
Oh,
that's an interesting one.
Pac and Daniel Bryan, and then MJF and Punk. MJF and Punk, I think, would be phenomenal promo work. They're both terrific on the mic. And Pac's Pac. He's probably the most underrated wrestler in all of AEW right now. Before he came to AEW, we all saw what he was doing in Noah in Japan. He's tremendously talented. It would be really good.
You know what this for me is everybody's. We're assuming, right? We're assuming that Punk could come in as a face, but he's just as good as a heel. Mm-hmm. When I think of that,
he is.
And when I think of that, I think a guy that he can easily come in and Punk in face is Cody to start it off.
Ooh.
He could be a great guy to face Hangman with his first title defense if he's a heel. If he comes in as a heel, I think that would be great.
I mean, as a heel, I could see him going with Cody 100%. I think you let him build his way first. Because you don't want somebody to jump right into the title picture, I feel like, right away. You want to
You want to work them up. You want to
right.
get
we talk about having patience, right? I figure, who do we have on here? We had
Alba? What's it, Alba?
No, not Alba. Who's the guy we had? He was out sitting outside with us.
Anthony Pires.
Anthony Pires.
Anthony said it. They don't want to rush things. When you want to have guys come in, you want to take it easy. Let them do things. So you could have CM Punk.
So Carl wants me to say it. Fine. Carl, you're overrated.
CM Punk. You could do CM Punk Malachi Black. You go that route. You want to intrigue. That'd be good. And Daniel Bryan is an interesting one.
You can go with anybody.
I'd love to see him with Jungle Boy.
Ooh, yeah, that would be some.
I know you don't want to do the whole face thing, but you know what? Oh, if you could get if you could get Bryan Jungle Boy, I think that's a match. That's a winner. That's a banger. You could have Daniel Bryan against Miro for the TNT Championship. You could go that route. And you could really do that. You know, you could really. I just feel like listen.
You could do Cage versus Punk, WWECW reunion.
There you go. Great. Because the thing of it is like, the thing is like what Lyle's thought isn't crazy, right? Because like they say, if they're saying it, and everybody has reported this, that if Bryan does debut at Grand Slam and Hangman is like the champion, you can't tell me when they're playing the song The Final Countdown and Bryan's not going to come out at the end of the show and go face to face with Hangman Page and look at the AEW Championship. Like you can't tell me that that's like 17,000, 18,000 people in the crowd in New York City, and you're telling me like if you're AEW, you want that moment.
What if he does it? CM Punk regarding at Chicago, where he comes out. What's he going to do?
Because that All Out.
Yeah, well, yeah, and Chicago All Out. He's going to come out going. He's going to go out do the same thing, go for the belt. So I don't think you could have both of them doing that. I think my original idea of having it be a draw. I think it being a draw, then you have Bryan come out, or not Bryan, Punk. Then you have Punk Omega at Full Gear, and you have Hangman winning the Tournament Eliminator, like Omega did the year before.
A long build up.
Yes, and at Full Gear, and then after that, at a special show, that is when Hangman wins the belt.
But I will tell you
I think that's another way that could go. I think the draw could be utilized very well, especially the same way that New Japan utilized it in Omega Okada. It's definitely a great way for storyline development.
Oh yeah. I will tell you this, if Kenny Omega is still champion by the time Grand Slam rolls around, like you can sit there and tell me that you can't have Omega against Daniel Bryan face to face at the end of the show at Grand Slam. You can't tell me that's not going to be people are going to go nuts with that.
When is the next major Impact pay-per-view? You have Bound for Glory in October.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who's going to be.
What's after that?
We will look that up because we're going to go to break. So it's perfect time for us to look that up right now. So Lyle will look that up for us. When we come back, we're gonna look up that information that Lyle just said when the next pay-per-view is for Impact for Bound for Glory. Or what would you say? When is it? I believe
after Bound for Glory. Bound for Glory is in October, but if they do what AEW does, what I just said, it all depends on when that pay-per-view is after Bound for Glory, because that pay-per-view does line up for Hangman winning at All Out, and then Omega dropping the Impact title at Bound for Glory, which is very possible.
Would make sense. So we'll look all that information up when we come back. We're also going to get into some more AEW. We're going into some more Dynamite Fallout, everything that's going on, Malachi Black and Cody continuing their feud and everything like that. We'll get into that and so much more. This is Off the Mat. We'll be right back.
Do current market conditions have you nervous? Our experienced team of financial professionals at Heritage Harbor Financial Associates understands that no two investors are alike. We all have different goals, needs, and appetites for risk. That's why the one-size-fits-all approach does not work, especially when planning for retirement. At Heritage Harbor Financial Associates, we analyze your unique investment style so that you can work toward your individual retirement goals on your terms. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates can help you take steps to reach your retirement goals by providing a wide array of financial products to fit your needs, even for the risk adverse. Give us a call at 631-331-6599 to learn more or to set up an appointment with one of our financial professionals. You can also find us on the web at hhfa.org or on Facebook at facebook.com/hhfa.org. Our number again is 631-331-6599. That's 631-331-6599. Investments in stock, bonds, and mutual funds and variable annuities are not FDIC insured and are subject to fluctuation in value and market risk, including loss of principal. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates offers securities through AXA Advisors LLC, New York, New York. Member FINRA, SIPC. Annuity and insurance products offered through AXA Network LLC.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover guitar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Dear John, I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but you've left me no choice. I'm leaving. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is really serious, and lately you seem to really not care. I've been there for you since day one, and I know you think I'm gonna keep ticking, but no, my friend, I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to the good times, when we were more active and ate more healthy foods, and you checked on me every once in a while? Is that too much to ask? I don't want to leave, but unless you stop ignoring me, what else am I supposed to do? Remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Doing the minimum to control your high blood pressure isn't doing enough. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get your blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late. Find out how at heart.org/blood pressure. Check, change, control. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Jason Derulo. I love that music connects to people all over the country. But unfortunately, so does something else. Childhood hunger. 15 million kids struggle with hunger right here in America. And yet, every year, billions of pounds of surplus food in the U.S. go to waste instead of going to the children in need. Feeding America is working to change this. The Feeding America nationwide network of food banks rescues this surplus of food to help provide meals to families in virtually every community in the United States, including yours. But they just can't do this alone. Join me in the fight against hunger in America. For more information on what you can do to get involved, visit feedingamerica.org. That's feedingamerica.org. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America. A message from Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hey, everyone. Let's all stop what we're doing right now and take a moment. That felt good, huh? Just like that, we had a nice, special sort of moment together. Of course, they don't all need to be quiet moments to be special. They could be loud moments, goofy moments, sporty moments, dorky moments. Moments where we talk or walk or just hang out. It doesn't really matter. They all count. Because every time dads like us take a moment like that to spend with our kids, well, it's pretty momentous. Sounds like somebody agrees. So let's take a moment to make a moment. Today, Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
This is the worst town I've ever been in. ¡Los Ingobernales de Japón!
Everybody's got a price.
The champ is here.
Now welcome back to Off the Mat with Alex Slows, Josh Silverberg, and Lyle Gillen.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is Off the Mat, joining you every single Tuesday night from 8 to 10 p.m. right here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. I'm your host, Josh Silverberg. Of course, with me at this time, my co-host, Alex Slows, and Lyle Gillen. We still have a lot of show to get to tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So let's do a little recap of Dynamite this past weekend. They're on the road. I believe they were in Dallas.
No,
Austin.
Hold on.
They were by Dallas, yes.
Oh, yes, got it right. Okay, cool.
Good job, Josh.
No problem. Anytime. I'm trying to get things right every now and then. So, it was a very good show. Of course, when the crowd is there, it makes it a million times better, right? Like that's just the mantra. Even when the shows are like, they're kind of dull and boring, the crowd kind of makes it just that great. And to me, I thought it was a very good show this week. You had, of course, Malachi Black and Cody going at it.
They had a promo.
They had the promo thing with it.
They had like a video.
It was like a video thing with it. You had.
My favorite thing was the Texas Death Match.
That's what I was gonna get to that. Yeah, the Texas Death Match you have with Archer and Moxley, which I thought was didn't see it coming. Did not expect Moxley to win. I'm glad Archer won. Lyle is so upset about it, he muted himself and he left the screen.
That's for you, my friend.
I love it. That's why Alex is wearing his Moxley shirt. I'm wearing my Lance Archer shirt because who better, as says.
Cody.
Aren't those all on like clearance? Those are all like clearance now. It's also when you like buy your shirts. So like, I have many shirts I have that I bought at like full price, and I see them now at like clearance for like $5.
I don't think they ever. I don't think they even carry them on clearance anymore. I think they're just gone.
Yeah.
They might be on their website.
Yeah, probably because they still have some things on their website. But if you go to Hot Topic, like to the store, they have no wrestling shirts at all.
No, they don't.
I
was mad.
I was like, I walked in and I have the one over here by me in Smithtown. I know you have the one by you in Deer Park. And I walked in and I said, where'd all the wrestling shirts go? Like, what happened? But they're all selling them. They're on a lot of them are on clearance on Hot Topic's website.
Really?
Lot of them are clearance. Yeah, they're all like 30% off, 40% off, 50% off. They're like worth like a lot. I'm trying to figure out why that's the case. They have some of the new AEW shirts, but like not many. But they have like some of them, and like the New Japan ones, I believe I don't know if the contract ran out. They just stopped.
I think the contract was mainly with the Elite.
It's stupid.
Because majority of the shirts they had were the Elite. They had a couple that were here and there for New Japan, but I never ever saw them in the Deer Park one. And I was in there all the time looking for New Japan shirts, and the only ones I ever saw was the Bullet Club Elite shirts.
Ones. Yeah.
Well, where I live, I've seen LIJ shirts. I've seen Bullet Club shirts.
There's a few of them. Yeah, there's a few.
Every now at the beginning, I would see them, and then, after a certain point, just stopped seeing that, and it was just the Elite shirts.
It's just so weird because that was kind of like. So I'm actually one of the few that has one of the very few Bullet Club non-Bullet Club shirts. I have the original Will Ospreay shirt that I got from Hot Topic way back when, uber years ago. So when you to me, I thought when New Japan had that contract with Hot Topic and with Bullet Club, that was ginormous for New Japan, especially in North America. It was huge for them because the fans were all buying their shirts. They were connecting with them.
Did you hear the story that I think it was Kenny Omega told? They had a show on YouTube. It was where the Young Bucks were interviewing people on the road, people in AEW, and they interviewed Kenny Omega. And he told a story where Hot Topic was at WrestleMania. I forget which WrestleMania it was. And they were like looking around, they go in and start selling wrestling shirts, and they saw a lot of people with the Bullet Club shirts.
Yeah.
And they went up to the WWE executives and asked them, so we want to carry these shirts, and WWE had to tell them, no, those aren't ours. And then they went to New Japan.
That's funny. That's great.
It's very funny.
Oh, that's like thinking, you're about to, you're going on a blind date and you're thinking you're going to see the hot girl, right? You're going to, oh, look, there she is. She's so pretty. Then you're like, that's not me. Sorry. Oops.
And then the car drives in and you realize it's her.
Yeah.
The size of the car.
It's like, you ever see in the episode, was it the episode of The Office when Michael has his blind date and he thought the really attractive girl was the girl he was going on a blind date with, and it wasn't her. It was like some 60-year-old older looking woman. And it was great.
What, Josh, you don't like older women?
Listen, I have my beautiful wife that I have. She, she's upstairs. She's still awake. She's a month older than me. So does that count?
Errol, if you are watching still, he did not say no.
Oh, well, listen.
He did not say no. I don't like older women. He beat around the bush.
I mean, I will say
I'm
this:
giving you some weaponry for the future, my friend.
Older women or younger women, any kind of woman, Lyle's. The moment they say Lyle, take your pants off, Lyle's going in.
Definitely not. Definitely not any kind of woman. That's for sure.
Maybe the Lyle 7 years ago.
10
with the top hat. Going to.
We're not telling that story.
Oh my god!
What story? I need to hear this later.
I mean, I'm so glad you decided, to bring up the older women the question, Lyle. This is perfect timing. So we were at a club, Webster Hall, I think it is. We were there. I think it was just me and you that went.
Yeah, it was. And then the next time we went to somewhere else and
Pasha. With the Pasha. Yes. We went to Webster Hall. Lyle shows up in my house. He looks nice, got a nice button down. He's got the jeans. He's looking nice. We're leaving the house, and he puts this thing on his head. And I said, "What is that?" You know what I mean? I said, "What is this? Like, what is that?" And it was like, "Oh, you don't like it? It looks good." You know what I mean? It's like one of those. What hats do you call them? Like what?
Are they the hats with? Are they the hats with the?
They look like not like the. You ever see Smooth Criminal? The video of Smooth Criminal with Michael Jackson in it. It looked like one of those hats. And I said to him, I said, "Yeah, it looks nice." And I mean, he's one of my good friends. I'm not going to tell him the truth. I don't want to upset him. He was very confident in meeting girls that night. I didn't want to upset him, or as it was.
Yep, Carl was a fedora. That's what it was.
That's it. It's a fedora. Thank you, Carl. Beautiful. And then what happens is we're driving in. I'll say we're going in. He's still wearing a hat. The best part is that Lyle, they thought it was so funny. They thought that he was over the age of 21.
And they thought that you were not. When you guys were older, you guys were older.
Funniest thing.
You guys were older than me. You guys were 20. Or just you.
Who
went? You were 20.
I thought
someone did.
Went with us. Somebody else went with us.
I do too. And it definitely was not Mark. I didn't know him back then.
No.
They thought that you guys were 20. And they checked your ID. Me, they didn't even ask. They just put the stamp on and let me in.
Well, I look at it this way. Lyle started dancing around with anything and everyone. And
no, there was this one girl I bought a drink for. And she was 19, same age as me at the time. And I guess her older sister, because it definitely wasn't a mom, got really mad that she accepted the drink because she wasn't 21. And then she like grabbed her and stormed out of the place with her.
Well, I don't know why she mom in the first place. It's kind of weird.
It definitely wasn't her mom.
I mean, that's just kind of weird.
Had to be an older sister.
I mean, really quick, one last quick story. I mean, I went with Mark to Webster Hall once, and this really, I'm going to be this. No. This really beyond model-looking, attractive girl was making out with Mark. And I said to I was like, how?
If you don't know Mark, you're not going to understand.
No, I love Mark, but I mean, this girl was like dynamite. This girl.
Where did we go in the city?
The Washington Nationals absolutely suck. Okay?
Yeah, I know.
God damn it.
So, honest question. Where did we go in New York City that time?
Oh, that one club.
We went to Wohop, and then we went.
Yes, and then it was with Matt. We went to
yeah.
It was Mexican. It was like a Mexican bar.
Mark was talking to this girl.
It was awesome.
And we were talking to this girl, and like 2 minutes into the conversation, he goes, "Can I have your Snapchat?" She goes, "No," and walks away.
I mean,
it wasn't like a plain no. I'm sorry. It was no. She looked at her friend, and they both walk away.
I mean, at my bachelor party, you did get the bartender's Instagram, and you were as ecstatic as could possibly be.
She was so out of my league.
I know she was,
like,
but even my brother said. My brother was like, "Jesus Christ, you got her Instagram."
It was like someone who was. It was like if the guy, the little British midget, I forget his name.
British midget. Oh, from Game of Thrones.
Hornswoggle.
Yeah. No. Actually, yeah, we're a wrestling show. We'll talk Hornswoggle. It's like if Hornswoggle got a model, like 6'2", drop dead gorgeous.
I mean, it was. I mean,
I'm 5'5". She was like 6'2", 6'3". She was ginormously tall and really like.
So anyway, back to our AEW recap because we got a little. I mean, we could keep going. I mean, I could keep going with stories. I mean, you wouldn't believe. I 100% have not told Alex at least 75 or 80% of the stories that I've had with Lyle, being around him and what he's done. It's like a lot of it is amazing, good stuff. You could write a memoir about it. It's awesome stuff, and he knows it too. Like,
we're gonna do dumb shit in Boston. We're gonna do dumb shit when we go to Boston.
I tell you what, when we I will say this: if you look at it, I could write a memoir about my bachelor party itself with everybody that like from people walking out of a strip club.
I think I've already heard it.
Tell the Matt story. Tell the Matt story.
What, the strip club one where he walked out? I told Alex that story, right? Where my friend
Yeah, he did.
Tell the air.
Oh, all right. So my friend had
good viewership.
He had like a little. It was. I was with him. We were at the
back into the AEW stuff.
Forget that. This is better anyway.
Yeah.
No, what over the rating for AEW this week? $1 million? Who gives a shit? So anyway,
1.2.
So, me and Alex, me and Matt. Actually, we're not there. It would have been awesome. Can you imagine Alex at a strip club? That'd be freaking awesome.
Imagine Alex and Mark.
No. You know, Alex put drinks and let him go at it. Oh my god, he'd be everybody. You know, but what happened? It was so funny. So my friend Matt and I were at the club with everybody else. Lyle's coming out like he's sweating like a stuffed pig. This kid's having a ball. He couldn't believe how much fun he was having. Absolutely out of control. He comes out for 2 minutes. This is the greatest place ever. Then he runs away.
I never said that. I never said that.
Something like that.
No, I did not say that.
Brother.
I know for a fact.
Ask my brother. Go ahead and ask him.
Wrong. He's wrong. I never said that.
When we have a vote, you lose. So anyway, so we go there, and one stripper's on my lap, one stripper's on his lap. We go and do shots at the bar. We go sit. I tell my brother pays for me. I get up. I'm finished. Matt goes, I'll be right back. I go, where are you going? He goes, I'm going to the back. I said, oh, Lord. I said, all right. My brother goes, where's Matt? I said, he's on a ride. He's not going to be able to get off of at this point. He's screwed.
Pun intended.
Literally like an $1,100 tab later.
Did he get
$2,500?
Did he get fish packed?
No,
it was $2,500. It was $2,500.
Oh, whatever it was. So he goes. So my cousin is with him, and I gotta tell you something. I give Mark an uber amount of credit for sticking by him in that situation, because honestly, in all seriousness, everybody else left. He didn't want to leave Matt by himself, so he hung around with him. So they're outside. The cards are getting declined. You're in another state. You're in a strip club. You're thinking it's a lot of money. That's not going to get approved. Anybody in their right mind knows that. My cousin then whispers in his ear, we could make a run for it. And it's so funny because I play it back because I could hear Mark saying that to somebody like me. We can make a run for it. And I literally I hear that story. Matt is. By the way, first off, it was so funny. I actually asked Melissa this question today, so I gave her the list of everybody that went to my bachelor party. I gave her the list, and and I said, give me the betting odds on who the least likely is to get in trouble. That includes me and everybody else, like my brother. She goes, it would have been Matt, honestly, and Matt did the most damage. So whoever had betting odds on Matt. By the way, I love Matt to death. That story is
when we got back.
Came out that morning, I freaked him out so hard. I said, "Boy, they probably got a picture of your head on the wall. They never let back in there. You're like robbery."
When we got back from Austin, Texas, he called up his credit card company and canceled it. And he was going back and forth with them for a while, and before he just said screw it and paid it.
Really quick, by the way, a bit of breaking news. We have for TakeOver 36, can't believe it's right, TakeOver 36, we have the main event for the NXT Heavyweight Championship. It is going to be Karrion Kross defending the championship against Samoa Joe. So there's the banger match. I'm expecting Joe to probably win. That's how Kross is probably going to lose the belt, and he's going to be called up on the main roster full time. But so we had that. Lotto fell down the hill. That was awesome. Awesome. Oh, come on. What do you think? You're going to put other people on blast and I'm not going to put you out there? Are you kidding me? Come on, broski. You're right here. You're the force.
I'm surprised that's the story you're going to tell that happened.
There were a few. You got to a fight with a stripper. That was fun. You got to a fight with a stripper. That was comical in itself. Then he looked to me for guidance. I made her this. And I said, what the hell do you want me to do? This is like, what do you want me to do? He smacked a random girl's ass walking down the stairs from a bar the first night we were there. That was another thing he did. He kept walking.
I was really drunk. That was the same night Matt spent $2,500 in the
That was our first night. Can you believe that, Alex? That was our first night there.
$2,500.
I don't remember majority of that night.
That was our first night there. That was our first night. I didn't sleep a lick that whole night. We didn't get back to the house. My God, I don't think we got back to like 3:34 in the morning, and then we were all like wide awake, and we all went to our rooms. And I'll say Matt and Mark coming at like 6 o'clock, and I'm thinking to myself, "Oh God, I feel like Matt was in the brink that night. Matt got arrested."
Now your mom's watching.
Oh, she knows the story already. She finds a comment. Listen, you know why I love Matt? Seriously, do you know why I love Matt? Because Matt he goes with the flow. No matter the situation. If you know Matt, you know, so honestly, he really, he's first off, he's one of the nicest kids on the planet. Lyle, you know this about him. He really is one of the nicest guys. He will go with the flow, whether he likes it or he does it. He'll say yes to it, no matter the situation. He just will do that. He will never put up a fight against it. That's what I love about Matt. I really do. And I know we'll get to more Dynamite when we come back from the break. We got off tangent there. We went from Hot Topic shirts to my Austin party. Oh man, so we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we are Speedy, that was something, huh, man? That was a hell of a segment. You gotta
So wait, is Errol there? Did he hear that entire segment?
100% he did.
I bet he did 100%.
Carl goes, that was an Errol
Talk,
segment.
you're allowed.
What?
I said you could say something. You're allowed.
Oh, I was just laughing.
Yeah, I mean, look, we went from talking about Dynamite to literally having a hot topic shirt discussion to girls to Webster
fudge
Hall
packing,
to Bachelor Party. That was so like
the fudge packing.
the fudge. Always with the fudge packing, Alex. Always. That's Errol's fault.
I really don't want to know why he's
Errol.
obsessed
Errol.
with fudge packing.
Because Errol told him what it is, and when we come back, we're gonna get to some more Dynamite, and we're also going to recap ECW Homecoming. That Nick Gage, Matt Cardona match was freaking awesome. I have so much respect for Matt Cardona. Lyle's already left the building, ladies and gentlemen. We haven't even gone to break yet. He's already left. This is Off the Mat on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Be fearless at MMA Long Island and Seituha Karate. Located at 28 Colt Court in Ronkonkoma, MMA Long Island is the martial arts school for you if you want to learn combat-proven techniques, build confidence, discipline, and self-esteem while learning real martial arts to fight back against bullies, predators, and peer pressure. MMA Long Island offers group and private lessons for all ages and levels in traditional Goju-Ryu Karate, MMA, and self-defense. MMA Long Island is one of Long Island's most affordable martial arts schools. There are no promotion, belt, or membership fees, and family discounts are available. All classes are taught by 7th degree black belt Sensei John Benedict with over 30 years teaching experience. So whether you want to get in the ring or protect yourself and your family, MMA Long Island can help you reach your goals. Visit MMALongIsland.com. That's MMALongIsland.com or call or text 516-381-9660. That's 516-381-9660.
Of course my kid's in the right car seat. Well, I think he is.
Yeah, my kid's in a booster seat. He was ready to move up. He is ready, right?
Her car seat looks like the right size.
There are probably rules on when to move up to a booster seat, aren't there?
Rear facing, forward facing. I think I have it right.
Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? Don't think you know. Know you know. Go to safercar.gov/the right seat.
I know my child's in the right car seat, or else I wouldn't get in the driver's seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college. This is beyond a simple donation. It's the opportunity for America to invest in its kids and take an active stake in the future of the country. The return on your investment isn't money. What you get back is knowing you protected our potential. So one day, that potential can grow up to become surgeons and architects, executives and engineers, people who can change the future just by being a part of it. My name is Alicia, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. A public service announcement brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
This is Nnamdi Asamoah. I play football for the Philadelphia Eagles, but what I do off the field with United Way might be more important. I'm a volunteer tutor and mentor. Why? Because over 1 million kids a year drop out of school, and that's not okay. It takes 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes about the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be me, or it could be you. Studies show that if we get to these kids earlier, their chances are better. And kids who read well by 3rd grade are more likely to graduate. So join me in United Way. Suit up and take the pledge. Become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor. Because when a child succeeds, we all succeed. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge at unitedway.org. Brought to you by United Way, the Ad Council, and the National Football League.
They'll challenge your authority. They'll try to break your will. They'll push you to the edge of your sanity. Because that's what kids do. But this car is your territory, not theirs. Defend it. Who makes the payments? Who cleans it? Who drives it? You do. That's who. And in here, your word is law. So when you say you won't move until everyone's buckled up, you won't budge an inch. Until you hear that click. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. For more information, visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
TikTok. Are you ready?
Now welcome back to Off the Mat with Alex Slows, Josh Silverberg, and Lyle Gillen.
Oh, I was just going to say, I guess I'm by myself. Okay, there we are.
You're not that lucky.
I mean, geez, Lyle leaves early. Alex comes in late. I guess this is what we do. I guess I'll just come in whenever I feel like that. And that's how it's going to work. Wait, see what I mean? He's already gone, ladies and gentlemen. He's left the ballpark. And, of course, we are live here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. This is Off the Mat.
I left with Trey Turner.
What was that, smartass?
I left with Trey Turner.
Oh, he doesn't like his Speedy throwing in the little jab. He's having too much fun with it.
No, I don't. It is pissing me off, by the way.
Oh, well.
That part of it over there is kind of like blurry.
You know what's pissing me off? The Washington
I'll get
Nationals
over it.
lately. The Washington Nationals are very much upsetting me lately.
They're pissing me off, too.
Well, their season's over. I mean, like, can you at least help us out? Like, can you not screw it up like you did last night with Hand? Or we'll say Brad Hand forgot how to throw without the sticky stuff.
He did that before. He did that last year too.
Oh well, he's sticky poopy now.
Last year, maybe the year before.
This is Off the Mat. I'm with Alex Lowe's, Lyle Gillen. Of course, I'm Josh Silverberg, joining you every single Tuesday from 8 to 10 p.m. right here on the Worldwide Sports Network. And of course, Speedy Petey helping us out, producing the show. We always appreciate him. He is WWSRN. Really quick, how you can listen to us every single Tuesday and other programs as well. You download our app. It's free. If you have an iPhone, you go to the Apple Store. You type in WWSRN. If you have an Android, you go to the Google Play Store. You type in Worldwide Sports. Just click install. You can check out our show schedules, our articles, our wonderful content we have out there. If you're driving, you can listen to the audio feed. We also have the video stream as well. Check us out, worldwidesportsradio.com. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope. You name it, we are on it. All right, so let's really seriously get back to the recap of Dynamite this past week. I mean, we had a great laugh. Last half an hour was awesome. That was probably arguably the best half an hour we've ever had on Off the Mat. I have to say that was wonderful.
You're welcome.
That was what. Well, yeah, I mean, 95% of the stories and someone involved you in some capacity, so it made it even better.
Just making fun of me. You're welcome.
Oh, man. So let's get back to Dynamite. And I really do want to recap it. I mean, that main event we had on Wednesday last week was great between Archer and Moxley. And now we already have our next match for tomorrow night. It's kind of crazy. I actually haven't watched the Dynamite live in a very long time. Feels weird, actually.
Why?
Well, because I was doing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, got to get back into the routine, I guess. So, looking back on it, Lyle, I'll start with you first. What were your thoughts on the IWGP US Championship match between Archer and Moxley? Were you surprised at the result, especially since Archer, it was his hometown as well.
I was, yeah. I did not expect Moxley to lose it. I think maybe he is going to take a little bit of time off, but it's All Out coming up, so maybe not. I don't know what to expect with Moxley, but I'm very excited for Archer. He deserves it, and he's going to have a great title reign. I'm really interested to see what his next match is versus Hikuleo. Alex, am I pronouncing it right?
Who are you trying to pronounce?
The guy that he's facing tomorrow night.
Hikuleo?
I think it might be that, yeah. Possibly.
Hikuleo, yeah. If it's not, his new name is Hikuleo. I don't know what that was. But yeah, it's gonna be a good match. I'm really curious if Bullet Club comes out. We get Tamatonga Tongaloa. But that's my thought.
Oh, so you're suggesting to me that you think a whole Bullet Club can be in building. Alex, what are your thoughts?
Could be.
Alex, what are your thoughts on the match?
I loved the match. I liked how the action intensified the whole way through. Each competitor was throwing everything they could at the other in an attempt to earn the victory, including the low blow from Mox. I like how that small thing was added in. I mean, just the amount of weapons they were using, the amount of strikes, the amount of punishment they were dishing on each other. It was great. It was a great match. The crowd loved it. The crowd was into it. It got people on the edge of their seat. People were standing all around the arena. I mean, it was a great match, and I did not think Jon Moxley would lose that title, but I was surprised by that, and I think it was the right moment and a perfect timing, a perfect time for Lance Archer to capture the IWGP United States title.
So I was going to ask you guys this: was Lance Archer winning it? Was he the right the right person to beat Moxley? I kind of feel like he has earned a championship reign for a very long time now, considering how well his character has developed for X amount of years. I mean, he did have the belt going into Wrestle Kingdom, but it's kind of cool because now, guys, he gets to defend this belt on U.S. soil because he can't go back to Japan right now. What are your thoughts on it, Alex?
I like it. I'm down with the idea of Lance Archer holding the IWGP United States title on U.S. soil, and I think what they should do is try to bring someone over from New Japan if they can, somebody who can match the same ferocity against somebody who has equal size and strength as Lance Archer.
What were your thoughts, Lyle? What did you think of this whole thing?
I thought it was great. He definitely deserved it. I don't know who eventually wins it. That's a New Japan guy, but it'll definitely be interesting. I think that Hikuleo can definitely win it. Because he is a New Japan guy, but he's on New Japan Strong, and he's going to be here in the United States, so he could still be on the show consistently.
Oh man, there are so many comments I missed. Oh, first of all, I want to answer Carl's comment. Alex versus Lyle in a ladder match. Who do I think would win?
Me. You kidding? I'll just say Fudgepacker. He'll laugh and I'll throw him off the ladder and I win.
The laughing vial of doom. That would be Lyle's finishing move.
Only on Alex.
No, my God. Ay, I mean, oh, wait, between me and Alex? Wait, what was it? Wait, what'd you say?
I said it'll only be used on Alex.
Yes. I mean, that's all it takes because, like, I could keep both of your asses, so it doesn't really matter. Like, honestly, like, really.
You really think you can kick my ass?
Nah, 110% no, I can, and you even know you can't because you can't even say it with a straight face right now.
No, I know you can't.
No, okay. You think so?
I know so.
He can't even say it with a straight face. And so he used to be very scared of me way back when I used to work out so much.
I know you cannot kick my ass. I
can't do it. That's the funniest thing. He's like, honestly, like, come on. I mean, look at it this way. I would try to kick both of you in the balls, but the problem is neither one of you have them. So it's kind of like, oh, I can't really do that.
You can't kick my ass.
He's trying. What are you doing? Different impersonations?
No, I'm being serious. You can't. I know for a fact. I would throw you off a ladder so far, you would be in the next town over.
Lyle, I don't even think you could even throw a baseball.
I can throw a baseball so far, it would go over the back of your back fence.
So far.
It would go over your back fence. Okay?
He's gonna
have to hop over and get it.
Wow, you're lucky if you can even throw a tennis ball. If you're lucky, if you're having a good day. Is he sleeping on the air?
No, I'm reading what Stug said.
Oh God,
the fight on the air. God. Let's go! Come on.
Listen, I will tell you this. In the end,
it doesn't even matter.
Snug should send some edibles and see who wins after that one.
Snug suggested that Lyle fight the stripper naked.
I love what Carl said about our last segment. He said that was an Arrow segment. I don't know if we've ever had really. I love Carl waiting for Lyle to call someone overrated. He might call a wrestler overrated tonight. He might.
Fine. You want me to really call someone overrated? Josh.
That's fine. I've heard worse. Have you ever met Jeff?
Unfortunately, we're going to Boston. Maybe we'll meet up, get a beer.
Jeff lives in Florida. He's from Boston.
Oh, that poor son of a bitch. Stop laughing. You live in Florida too, okay?
Oh, yeah, but he's a lot. He knows facts.
What?
He knows all facts. That's the why he laughs about it. Ask him. Yep. Ask him, Alex.
If you look at the news, anything that involves Florida man, we're in trouble.
There you go. You see what I mean?
Oh, I did the Florida Man Challenge with people at work, where they look up Florida Man and then on your birthday.
That's what they do on 92.3.
Crazy shit. Yeah, some crazy shit comes up.
They do that on Kane and Corey in the morning on 92.3. They do the Florida Man segment. They have a whole segment about Florida people and what they do. It's out of control. And they always say,
have they ever met Alex? Because that's a whole another type of Florida people.
I have to tell you, man, if I ever, and I'm not even joking, if Alex ever comes to New York, I'm not even kidding. Alex has a place to stay anytime he wants where I live, man. He knows that for a fact because it would be a ball to have him. I just want him to have a conversation with Melissa and see where it goes. That's just what I want to see.
Why?
I just want to.
Why?
I just
want to
be
like best friends.
Exactly. Like I just want because Melissa loves everybody. Like that's the thing. Like she loves everybody.
She's even nice to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, me neither. Trust me. I think you're a scumbag, but that's besides the point.
I think I am too.
Oh, you see what? Well, I mean, I'm just glad you're fine. The first thing it takes is being honest with yourself. You're getting there.
I am the biggest douchebag in the world.
I mean, he speaks that into existence, and the funny thing is, you know what I mean? You speak that into existence, and it still does exist. So there you go.
I don't try and be one. I just know I am.
I don't know I don't know. I feel like that's like a thing that you try to be sometimes. Like you try to. And it's like,
no, I don't try.
He's smiling as he's talking about it.
Because I like it that I kind of am a dickhead.
You have a person.
I don't mind that I'm an asshole. I really don't mind it at all. I have no issue with it.
So back to Dynamite. I mean, was Dynamite just not a good episode this week? Was it really bad?
No, it was great. I feel like it was a great episode. I thought it was great. I loved it.
I mean, I just feel like this is more fun. Like this is just like.
Well, it just means less time we have to talk about the main roster. If you think about it that way.
There was not even a remote plan to even talk about the main roster this week.
We were going to talk about Jeff Hardy getting COVID.
I mean, we could. I mean, we could bring it up. I mean, what do you? Okay, so let me ask you this then. What are your thoughts on the whole situation with him doing that? Because he had just come back, literally from an injury. He came back to his old theme song, which was awesome. Alex, you have wind loud. Do you have wind in your room?
No, my chair is right behind, right in front of my.
It's like a wave.
My setup for my green screen is right behind my chair, and it's a little bit too close. So when I turn my chair, it hits the pole.
You know what the important thing is, bud? You have a green screen now. That is the important thing.
Yeah.
That
Errol can now shut up about it.
You can agree on that. He has a green screen.
Errol can shut up about me getting a green screen now.
This was a whole thing for 3 months. Ay.
I need to shut up about me having to write an article because I've done that and I have another one coming on the way.
That's right. So, what are your thoughts? We'll start with you, Alex. I know you're a big Jeff Hardy fan. What are your thoughts on Jeff Hardy getting COVID again, especially after just coming back and the momentum he had beating Karrion Kross as well?
That was dumb.
Yeah, that was stupid.
You know that. What are your thoughts on Hardy having COVID, though?
So for me, I did not see it coming, but it's a bad situation because with having Jeff Hardy, if they had Jeff Hardy there, it means other wrestlers could have gotten it. Someone else could have probably gotten it. And that's what WWE needs to be careful about. They need to consider checking everybody, make sure everybody's vaccinated, and make sure that everybody's healthy and ready to go, and keep everybody safe for these events so that we don't lose crowd momentum.
Karrion Kross refuses to get vaccinated, and that's a huge worry.
Yeah, it is. I agree with you, Lyle. It is.
He has tweeted before that he doesn't want to get vaccinated. He's anti-vax, and it's dumb.
Yeah, it is. I think everybody, even athletes, should be vaxxed, because if you're not, you're putting everybody you work with and around you at risk.
I mean, I agree with you on the whole matter and everything like that for sure. It is a personal choice. I just think it's a frustrating personal choice that.
Yeah, it is.
We want everybody to get back to what life was, and
it comes down to who is educated about the vaccine, who is not. There's a lot of false information.
Yeah, there is.
And unfortunately, a lot of people are believing the false information. It's really worrisome. And you're seeing it right now in the NFL, where a lot of people are saying it's BS. They have to get vaccinated. A coach left his job because they told him he had to get vaccinated. There's a lot of false information. Unless you have an allergy to something in there is no reason for you not to get vaccinated besides you not being educated about it.
I'm with you on that for sure, and that's something that's a whole nother debate for another time. But
I do still think that wrestlers need to be healthy. They need to be educated on the vaccine. And so, because if we want to keep crowds and we want to keep people coming, we have to keep everybody in check,
Absolutely, of course. And I think it's very important. But, really quick, one last thing I wanted to get to Dynamite. What were your thoughts on Britt Baker and Nyla Rose in that match, and Britt holding on to the championship?
Great match. Very good match.
That's probably the best match she's ever had on the roster.
What was that?
That's probably Nyla Rose's best match she's ever had on the roster.
She didn't have a really hard match to top, so
that's what I'm saying. That's the best match we had.
But yeah, Britt Baker is phenomenal. Only downside is she did break her wrist. But it seems like she has no plans to not wrestle. So yeah, I think that it was a good match, and
they'll probably give her a couple of promos for the next few weeks. Like they'll give her some promos to All Out, and then they'll just do it that way, keep it safe. They can't afford to lose short term.
It's definitely going to be she's definitely going to have a belt for a while. Thunder Rosa did just recently sign.
Yes.
So I think that she will face Britt Baker at All Out if she's healthy enough. I'm really looking forward to seeing her title reign down the road.
What about you, Alex? What was your favorite moment this week on Dynamite?
So my favorite match this week on Dynamite was definitely Chris Jericho versus Shawn Spears. I think that match was very entertaining. Jericho brought a lot of energy in that match, in that squared circle fight. And then we saw some interference from Tully Blanchard that ended with Sammy Guevara making the save and chasing Tully off. Spears delivered one C4. That was a cool little finish he tried to throw in there. And then the Judas effect, which ended the match. So to me, that was an okay match, but it wasn't like an A+ or a B+ match.
One last thing before we get to a break afterwards. Nick Gage is going to be chapter number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, what were your thoughts on Nick Gage being announced as the second guy up in the whole Jericho thing? The chapters, as they say, the trilogies for MJF.
I like it. It keeps the story going. It keeps the story entertaining and fun to watch. I think Nick Gage is somebody who brings a lot of violence in matches, and a perfect example of that is the Matt Cardona versus Nick Gage match, which we'll get to in a bit. He is definitely somebody that Jericho can't mess around with. He's someone he needs to pay attention to this guy. Keep his eye on this guy, because if he doesn't, one slip, one mishap, he's probably done. He'll probably get a pizza cutter to the forehead.
There you go. That's exactly it. Probably. Lyle, your thoughts on Nick Gage showing up?
I loved it. And my one question to you guys: what do you think the limitations will be from TNT and AEW? And do you think he cares about them?
He better.
Yeah, he better.
I feel like he's going to get in a lot of trouble.
By who? He'll go back and do the same crap on GCW?
Well, he's definitely not allowed to do that. 100% he's not allowed to do that.
No.
Why would he care?
He could do a pizza cutter thing, like he could go that route.
Yeah, he could.
Why would he care? What incentive does he have to care that he can't do it on?
Because honestly, he probably signed an agreement before he does this match, and he could do certain things. I'm sure, Tony Khan, when you have somebody like Nick Gage going on your programming, you need to have it in writing and in a contract what he can and cannot do.
Mm-hmm.
You have to.
Yeah.
If you're
everybody's well-being and safety.
If you're a smart businessman.
And what happens if they didn't? He goes against it.
Then they're stupid.
Then they're stupid, yep.
Then they're idiots. I'm going to be point blank with you. Then Tony Khan is a moron for not thinking that before. Because if
hold on, what? That's not what I asked.
What did you ask?
I said, what if Nick Gage doesn't care and he does it anyway? Even if
then he's going to get.
Then he's going to get in trouble. Yeah,
he's going to get in trouble.
By who? What? Okay, what happens?
So Tony Khan could sue him for breach of contract.
Okay, and what happens?
A lot of money, and he could lose a lot of money.
How? What money does Nick Gage have to lose where he's going to end up going back to GCW, doing what he was doing? It wouldn't affect him at all. There's nothing against him doing anything.
It's honestly, it's a matter of how much money AEW is paying him, which they're probably giving him a very big payday to do this. 1, 2, he's going to have to lose money paying for lawyers, which he's not going to win. You're going to probably get into, I'm sure GCW is going to have a massive conversation with him about being professional, because I'm sure GCW is appreciating the fact that one of their own is going on national television, and I'm sure GCW is going to get huge publicity by doing this.
I think he's going to do some. I think he's going to push the envelope as much as possible.
Oh, well, if he does, then you know what? Shame on him, depending on what he signs. If AEW says it's okay and TNT says it's fine, have at it, go crazy, whatever you want to do. But
they're not going to have. They're not going to have a Nick Gage match where he doesn't have fluorescent light bulbs. It's not happening. He's going to have that.
Oh, I thought you meant
nothing.
Like fired barbed wire going nuts.
Well, there was barbed wire last week on Dynamite.
No, but I'm talking like going to like the extreme amount.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm
normal Nick Gage shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like pizza cutter is fine.
Pizza cutter's fine. Fluorescent light bulb's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, all that's good and plenty.
I'm talking.
I think Jericho is gonna bleed like Cardona did. I think it's gonna be something like that. I think he's gonna bleed big time.
And that's fine. And Jericho's still going to win. I mean, we know that. I mean,
I think Moxley comes out and costs him the match.
I think Moxley comes out and costs him. I think somebody screws up. And then Gage turns on like MJF at the end. Because you have to remember, Gage and MJF had a rivalry way back.
Yeah, they did.
In the indie scene. They had a rivalry way back. So we'll see. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we're actually going to get to some more Nick Gage action and everything like that. That's for the new show. We are going to get into some Nick Gage. I like the background, Speedy. It's actually really cool. We're going to get into some Nick Gage, Matt Cardona conversation. Did GCW get it right? And is Matt Cardona slowly becoming one of the top heels in the wrestling business? And we're realizing it now. Stick with us. We'll be right back here on Off the Mat.
You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Edward Lehman has been a trusted insurance advisor for over 16 years with insurance solutions for auto, home, commercial, life, and retirement. He's located at 54 Sunnyside Boulevard, Suite H in Plainview. That's just 1,000 feet south of 495. Local agent, local advice. The time to think about insurance is before you need it. So do yourself a favor and before you pay your next insurance bill, give Ed and his team a call, 516-935-3900, or visit him online at www.allstate.com/EL. Edward H. Lehman Insurance is your trusted insurance advisor.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, game show host, father of 5, and all-around big dude. I'm also an expert on drama. I know all kinds of drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids. There's the bad kind like season-ending injuries. There's the necessary kind like having an agent in Hollywood. And there's silly drama like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your high school diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org.
Or text diploma to 97779. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. That's diploma to 97779. And leave the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her.
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge.
Got to get this all straightened out. Keep a little talking to, man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve! It's now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend.
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boy. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
This is you over 30 years ago.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
And this is your mom when you drive her back from therapy.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Roles change without us noticing. And in your new role, we help you help. AARP gives you the information to help care for your mom so that you can have patience with her, just like she did with you. Visit aarp.org/caregiving or call 1-877-333-5885 to get practical health and wellness tips to provide even better care for your loved one.
Are we there yet?
Remember, visit aarp.org/caregiving. AARP, we help you help. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I liked things to always be the same. Anything new or different would scare and upset me. I was very sensitive to lights and sounds. It was almost like I had bigger eyes and ears than everyone else. So I built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. I didn't like looking people in the eye. It made me feel uncomfortable. I'd throw big tantrums over little things like when my socks didn't match. Sometimes I'd do the same things over and over. Until one day, I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
You can see signs of autism in children as young as 18 months. Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Rest in peace. Welcome to the Shield of Justice.
I'm the Boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Now welcome back to Off the Mat with Alex Slows, Josh Silverberg, and Lyle Gillen.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made towards the end of the show here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. This is Off the Mat, joining you every Tuesday from 8 to 10 p.m. right here. And by the way, we have a brand new show debuting right after us on at 10 o'clock. The William Meyer Show, Uncensored, will be joining us here on WWSRN, so it's so cool to see. Also, don't forget to check out all of our other programming, including, I know I won't be there anymore, but please don't forget still, Speedy and Errol will be on Sports Loudmouths, The Weekend Crunch, The Ryan Hickey Show, Weapons Hot, all the different great programming that we have here at the Sports Lords, everything, and so much more here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. So, of course, with Alex Lowe's and Lyle Gillen, I'm Josh Silverberg. Let's get to it, boys. So, GCW Homecoming happened Saturday. Well, we know Saturday and Sunday it happened, but let's be real here. Saturday was the show, and the unthinkable happened. Matt Cardona walked into AC in Nick Gage's home state, where GCW was created, the face of GCW, and lost the heavyweight championship to Matt Cardona, who had never in his life ever been in a match like that. I thought it was phenomenal. I thought it was great booking. Lyle, I'll start with you first. I think we were all shocked. What were your thoughts after? I know you were at my house watching it with me. What were your thoughts watching that unfold?
I thought it was great. I loved what Cardona did. Cardona came into the match with a white shirt. He left. It was completely red. It was red as red can be, and it wasn't like it had red mostly on it.
It was just so
every inch of that shirt was red. It was a great match. He is definitely one of the better heels today in all of wrestling. And I'm really excited to see where they go. I'm definitely going to order the Art of War Games.
It's kind of weird, right? Really quick, Lyle. It's weird that you say he's a heel, right? Because on Impact, he's a face. So it's like kind of weird.
But yeah, if we thought that was violent, the Art of War Games is going to be nuts, and I can't wait.
Oh, I would definitely be ordering more at GC, and they're like $20. They're nothing. They don't cost anything. They're awesome. So definitely check it out for sure. Alex, I don't know. Did you see the match?
I did. I saw some highlights of it. I watched some clips. I loved how they were just using the light bulb tubes, using even the pizza cutter, the little glass plate that they put on the chair, and had Matt Cardona body superplex Nick Gage through the glass. I thought that was cool. I mean, this match was as extreme as you can get.
For those that did not see the Dark Side of the Ring episode with Nick Gage, go watch it. It was really a great episode. It talks about Nick Gage, his life, all about deathmatch fighting, why he does what he does, and he even says it's not because of the payday, it's because his body can tolerate it. He has a strong pain. It's just I'm watching this unfold, and I'm thinking in my head, why are they doing this? I mean, they have like I think a deathmatch championship belt that we saw, and I'm watching. My wife sat through that match. My poor wife, my poor wife had to sit through that, and she was like, "Why are we watching this?" You know what I mean?
I thought that was more brutal than the Gage match.
Oh, it wasn't even close. That match was way more brutal than the Gage Cardona match. Oh my god!
You know what match is more brutal than the Nick Gage match is Sabu and what's the other trying to remember.
It's not been very memorable.
It's a good one.
Tommy Dreamer?
Tommy Dreamer, yeah. That's
see, any
or something with New Jack. New Jack was
New Jack. You imagine New Jack versus Nick Gage in a match?
They
both would try to kill each other.
I think New Jack would die.
I don't know, man. I feel like New Jack.
Well, New Jack is already dead, so he would definitely.
No,
die.
I know that, but I'm saying Nick Gage is like.
Yeah, New Jack would just. He would go to extreme heights,
nuts,
dude.
Man.
Jump.
I know this is Nick Gage, but New Jack was he used to do. Dude, he did like drugs before the match, so he wouldn't feel anything.
No,
was already nuts.
That's why he said, "Why the hell do you think I was jumping off of stuff and just going as high as I could possibly go?"
Like, do you know what his pain tolerance could be?
Crazy.
I mean, it would be ridiculous. He wouldn't be able to feel anything. Maybe like his body would be numb. Like, think about that. Like, he'd go through the glass thing. It's like, oh, that don't feel nothing. And then he would.
What really got my attention was the finish, the ending when the ending of the GCW World Title match when people were throwing cans and bottles into the ring.
I'm gonna throw a pizza cutter in the ring. Did you see that?
No.
He actually said, I actually saw my life flash before my eyes. I saw a pizza cutter coming right at me, and I dodged it.
Wow.
Like, I'm trying to think in my head. I'm like, who's the security at this show?
I don't know.
Bring a pizza cutter into the building with them.
So, what do you guys think about the match of with Cardona and Gage when Dave Meltzer said that he thought plants were in the audience, and Brett Lauderdale, who owns GCW, denied it.
And I've reached out to Brett, by the way, to try to get him to come on our show.
What did he say?
He hasn't responded to me yet, but I've tried to reach
out. How long ago was that?
It was like a day ago. He's probably so swamped right now with everything going on that happened. He's probably raking in the dough right now for what he just got for that pay-per-view.
I don't think he'll reply.
To me,
Matt, a little too big at this point.
Another thing that reminds me of this match is Vampiro and Pentagon Jr.
He loves Vampiro. He loves Vampiro, Lyle. He loves him.
I think I mentioned him last time.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, maybe you did. Well, you both.
Yeah, he did.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Shows how much I was listening. What do you mean by plants? What do you mean by planting? Like, what do you mean?
They put people in the audience to throw cans and stuff, which definitely didn't happen. That was all natural. That was 100% real.
Listen,
that was.
There was a pizza cutter thrown into the ring. I don't think there were plants being thrown. Yes, Brett Lauderdale was trying to have somebody try to kill Matt Cardona in the middle of the ring. That's exactly what he was trying to do. Like, I mean, and this is what I see. This is what I mean by what Meltzer says sometimes, and it drives me nuts. You know what I'm saying? He stretches the truth immensely, and it's so ridiculous. Like, but congratulations to GCW. There was a great show for them.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal.
It was really a breakthrough show for them. Alex, you have it this week in wrestling history this week, or do you not have one?
I do, and it's actually.
Oh my god!
It's WWF Monday Night Raw taping from July 27th of 1999 in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
Yep, and the first match is Edge, the 11-time world champion, against Gangrel in a bloodbath match, and Edge won that match. And then the second one is D'Lo Brown defeated Jeff Jarrett for the WWF European title and the Intercontinental title. And then the third one was The Big Show and Undertaker defeat Kane and Road Dogg. Fourth match was Big Boss Man defeated Viscera in a hardcore match for the hardcore title. And then the fifth one is Test defeated Rodney. 6 is Steve Blackman, the Lethal Weapon, defeated Oh, it's a draw. A draw with Val Venus. And then the 7th is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Ended in a draw with The Undertaker and a no holds barred.
It's a nice card. A lot of Hall of Famers when you hear on that card.
Mm-hmm.
I really hated D'Lo Brown.
He's great in Dark Side of the Ring.
I liked Steve Blackman. Like that was
He's
my
great in Dark Side of the Ring.
He is, yeah. I couldn't stand the fucking head bubble.
Oh, I thought that was so funny back in the day.
I never understood it. Like, why the hell are you bobbling
He was
your head like
pumped.
that?
He was
Like,
amped, man. He was psyched.
like what the?
No, he didn't do that. He did the whole head nod.
I over exaggerated.
Yeah,
It
like
looked
I mean,
like
it's kind of like
bobblehead was broken.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That kind of sounded like you were motorboating somebody. I'm just not gonna.
My favorite thing that Steve Blackman used to do was he had the nunchucks and he hit someone in the nunchucks, or he would do the spinning back kick into somebody's head.
It was so funny actually that you mentioned Steve Blackman because I was watching a video on YouTube on Twitter today, and surprisingly, they used his theme song in a thing. That's like so coincidental that that's the guy you said. That's such a what do you think about it? But that, when I think of the roster back in the day and how deep it was, like you just look at a bunch of Hall of Famers, right? Like it's crazy.
Bossman, you got Stone Cold Steve Austin, Undertaker, Edge, Kane. There's so many big names on this roster, like on this card. When you go through it.
Also, we're not going to have time to get to this week, but I know Lyle, you had mentioned something about there was a thing that's going on about Eddie Guerrero being on top 10 lists, and there were people going back about it.
Yes, okay. So what happened was someone on Twitter, a random wrestling fan, said that Eddie Guerrero was a B+ player, and essentially that set up everybody on Twitter, set off everybody, I should say. And everyone got upset about it. Now, I'm going to flat out say it. Now, talent-wise, Eddie Guerrero is up there with some of the best to ever be in wrestling. Now, how many casual wrestling fans can you ask Eddie Guerrero? Will they know who he is?
Like you're talking to casual fans like today?
In general. I would be very shocked if majority of them do.
I would say not many.
Not many. No.
I would say honestly probably less than 55%.
I would say less than 50.
Yeah. Well, because it's like when did he pass? He passed in what, 05?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just if we're putting guys who are some of the greatest of all time, unfortunately, I don't have Eddie Guerrero in there for that reason. Now, I do think there are some guys who could be an exception to that, depending on their impact on the industry. And I would say that there are 3 guys who are that exception, and only those 3 guys. That is Antonio Inoki, Misawa, and Kenta Kobashi. Those 3 guys, I would say, are the only exception to that rule. Misawa and Kenta Kobashi are by far, they were the best wrestlers in the 90s. People who Stone Cold Steve Austin Rock. No, they're wrong. Go to YouTube, go watch the AJPW matches from back then. That was better than the WWF and WCW. Inoki started New Japan. He has the biggest influence on today's professional wrestling, in my opinion. The style, everything about it, I think is a big part because of him. So that's why I think those guys would be the exception. But besides that, if they're not guys like that have the same name category of, I don't like him. And I've said it before, of like Hulk Hogan also Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock. Unfortunately, Eddie Guerrero doesn't even have that. I would even go so far as saying Sting doesn't have that name. But unfortunately, I think it's only because there is a musician who is way more popular than Sting with the same name. So if you go up to a general person and you ask them if they know who Stone Cold Steve Austin is, they're going to say, hell yeah, I know who he is. He's the wrestler. If you ask them if they know who Sting is, they're going to probably think of the musician over Sting. And that's unfortunate. But I think that Eddie Guerrero does not have that name to really carry him. He just came... I don't know why. Talent-wise, he had everything. He was a guy who was... If you ask any wrestling fan, they're going to tell you he's up there as one of the greatest of all time. And I think talent-wise he is. But to be an A-plus guy or the guys who are the name, I think they, unfortunately, and I don't know why, he didn't have that name recognition.
Well, we will continue this discussion next week for sure. We're running low on time, so we want the show that's coming after us to definitely start on time. So let's get to our finishing moves right now. So we'll give Lyle a little bit of rest. He said a lot. So Alex, go for your finishing move, man. What you got?
So my finishing move is about NXT, one of the matches that we saw this week. I don't know if anybody noticed, but during the match between Raquel Gonzalez and Xia Li, there was a point in the match where Raquel went for a splash off the middle rope, and instead of tucking her elbow, she forgot to tuck her elbow in and bring her forearm down, but instead she went down with her elbow, and it went into the rib of Xia Li, so that's why you could see doctors checking on her towards the end of the match. And Raquel wanted to keep the match going. You could obviously see she wanted to keep the action going. But I guess she didn't really notice she was hurt. She didn't really know what was going on at the time. And you have to be careful of situations like that.
Surely. Lyle, what's your finishing move, man?
I just want to say that in a month and a half, we could probably have an impact on the industry from Punk and Daniel Bryan debuting that could have together an equal impact that Hulk Hogan signing with WCW did. I don't think one of them would, but together that impact can truly transcend the industry and really give AEW a household name, which is what they need. They need that. They need to do better at marketing. They need to do better at publicity. Why Kenny Omega is not going on like the late night shows and talking and showing off that belt, AEW. I don't know why. Why when Hangman wins it, he needs to go right there and do that. He needs it. And that's probably the one area where they're lacking on. And I think Punk and Bryan can help with that.
Mm-hmm. Can I just say one thing really quick? Carter Kimball was stinky poopy.
You're preaching to the choir.
I mean, my God, dude, it's a simple double play.
He's bad.
Holy crap. Anyway, sorry, just really pissed off. So, my finishing move is going forward. I'm excited, as Lyle said.
Aren't they winning?
They're winning 6-4, but they had a double play ball right there, and Kieboom bobbled the ball, and they only got one out at second.
He's terrible.
And he dropped a pop-up in foul territory in the same freaking idiot. Like, holy moly. Jesus Christ. Look at his face. Ay. Get your heads out of your asses, boys. Let's go.
Did you ever think you'd be doing a wrestling show with two Nationals fans?
Oh, here we go. Look, hold on. Yeah, that's right. You tell him to get out of the way, Escobar. Tell him to move his ass. You didn't touch that. That's right, mother bleeper. Get the hell out of here, scumbag. Anyway, going back to what I was saying.
Did he really tell him to get out of the way?
Keebum's like, I got it. And then Escobar's like, no.
That's great.
No, you're done. In regards to with everything that's going on in wrestling, it's kind of crazy that you're seeing kind of a change in the guard when you think about it, really, with AEW and everybody wanting to be players to go there. I mean, this is no joke anymore. You know, WWE does all the live event stuff. So you're on the road Monday, you're on the road Friday, you're on the road Saturday, you're on the road Sunday, you have the pay-per-views, you have this, you have that. AEW is just Wednesday and Friday. So the travel schedule, especially when Rampage starts. So it's actually not even, it's actually, you're going to be in the same town when you do Rampage. So it's
not always. So sometimes. Now here's my question. I thought about this. I think they should record Dark at Daly's place, make it $20 general admission tickets, and do Rampage and AEW in one show.
They can. That wouldn't be a bad idea, but
I think that should be what they should do, because after a while, no one's going to be buying tickets to just a Rampage Dark show.
No, I agree with you. Listen, but
would you want to go to that if that came to the Coliseum? Would you want to go?
What if it's like an hour? How long is Rampage? An hour, 2 hours?
Rampage is an hour, and then the other 2 hours it's going to be recording Dark.
Nah, right now, no, I would not.
I wouldn't either.
No, that would be boring. I mean, it's like you're going for an hour, really, and that's all you're going for. But that's, like I said, it'll be interesting to see where AEW goes from here. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to us tonight. Please tune in to stay tuned for the William Myers Show Uncensored. It's the debut episode of it. Before we go, we want to tell you how you can download our app again. It's easy. If you have an iPhone, you go to the Apple. You go to the Apple. If you have an iPhone, you go to the Apple Store. You type in WWSRN. If you have an Android, you go to the Google Play Store. You type in Worldwide Sports. You click install. It is free. You get all of our articles, show schedules. If you're driving, you can listen to the audio feed. Also on the live feed as well. We're on worldwidesportsradio.com, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope, you name it, we're on it. We also have our own website as well that Alex has. I believe it's Off the Mat.
It's Off the Mat, WWSRN.com. It's a Google website. We have all the upcoming pay-per-views and shows on a page on our website that you can check out. We have a new page I just added for our WWSRN articles. My article on CM Punk and Lyle's article about fans being back are on that page.
Awesome.
And then we have our pre-show archive and our show archive with all the recent episodes we have done. And then our special guest interviews from all the shows that we are doing and continue to do.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alex. Like I said, again, I will not be on Sports Loudmouths tomorrow. I am no longer a part of it. Everything happens for a reason, I guess. I wish Errol and Speedy all the best with it. I really do. I'm going to be tuning in tomorrow to hear it. To all the new fans, to Ben, to Snug, Carl, love you guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me on Off the Mat and joining us as well. To all the other fans out there and to all the listeners thank you so much for lending us your ears and your eyes for the last 2 hours, as you do every Tuesday night. So again, I will only be on the network every Tuesday now, 8 to 10. But I'll be on it with these guys and of course with Speedy PD, and we can't wait. I'm excited for sure to continue the growth of Off the Mat, but I'm excited for the growth of the Sports Loudmouths and the Weekend Crunch and see where that goes. I'm very excited for those guys for sure, and I wish them all the best with everything of that. I truly do. And that's it. Again, please stay tuned for the William Myers Show Uncensored. For Alex Slows, for Lyle Gillen, for Speedy Petey, and there he is, for Errol Marks. I'm Josh Silverberg. Tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great night. Enjoy it. Be good. Talk to you soon. Always lovely to see you, scumbag. Kenny Omega, what do you have to say? Good night, everybody.
I must bid you adieu. So say with me now if you know it. Goodbye. And good night.
Thank you for listening to Off the Mat on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network, your source for all things wrestling and sports entertainment. It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.